You can, Bill? Okay. I'd like to welcome you to our grand opening, our Dream Come True building addition for the community here. It's been a long time coming, but we are totally thrilled and unbelieving that we could actually, as a little family, accomplish this great endeavor. I came to Windsor in 1988 with my friend Judy, and we bought the original Cedar Manor nursing home, which was a 31-bed licensed nursing home in Vermont that needed a great deal of work. We came with the vision of what we wanted to see as a community for the senior citizens of this area so that they could have wonderful housing and good care and services. And we stayed with it. Judy Brogren and I stayed with that vision, and we worked hard with the support of the people who came to work for us and the people we met in the Windsor community. And in 1994, we did open the new nursing home. At the time, we needed a lot of help financially. After all, we were just two middle-aged women with a little bit of savings and a big dream. And we did manage to get financing with the help of Valley Regional Hospital people. We invested in our community for 10 years, and that worked out pretty well. So in 1999, we did open the original Village at Cedar Hill, which offered folks apartment living, just like they had out in their community, but with supportive services, health care services. And that seemed to work out pretty well. And so we started to dream a little bigger. We really wanted to be able to offer more amenities, and we needed more apartments. Our community became popular, and we managed to have a very good census in the village. Of course, we had Sue Spadaro running the show most of those years, and she's done a fabulous job with her staff. So about 5 years ago, we started earnestly to work towards it. My daughter Patricia came into business with me, and she
another middle-aged woman.
She came in as a strong personality beside her strong personality mother, and we managed to get along. We even live side by side now. So, with the strong team of people we've built with our staff, we've been able to come to where we are today. It has been a long time coming because of difficulties with financing and, this, that, and the other thing that goes along with construction. But Congress Construction has, Steve King is here representing Congress Construction. There he is. They took on the challenge a few years ago, and finally, with help from our families, our husbands, with financing, we've been able to pull it off. So this is a great day forward. This is a dream come true for us and for this whole community. And being able to offer assisted living, independent living, and assisted living on this level, and the much needed memory care downstairs in a beautiful setting. If you go down and you can envision the comfort and the space that the people will have downstairs, both inside and outside, in a secure environment, you will be able to think that that is really the way to go for anyone with memory loss. We had memory loss unit in the nursing home for a number of years, and we thought that was adequate. But really, those folks need a bit of space. They need space, and they need care from people who are trained to take care of them. And we are committed, with all of our staff taking care of anyone with memory loss, to have that special training that's needed. Anyone who's going to work there will have that training. We are very conscientious about that. And it is a wonderful space, very airy and secure inside and out. So I hope you will enjoy the tour there. I'm going to now move on to the ribbon cutting. And we have two folks who are going to cut that. Patricia?
Today we wanted to have one of our residents who will be moving into the new building and one of our residents in our original building cut the ribbon because they have stood by us through all of this construction. Okay, ladies. Good job. Thank you very much. And now Father Mark is going to bless the building.
Blessed are you, Lord God of all creation. You created us out of love. You created us for community. Bless this building and the community that lives here. Let it be a place, make it a true home for all who dwell here. Bless all who live here and all who work here with a sense of your care and presence. Let this be a place of peace. Let it be a place where people are honored. Let your spirit live here. For you are blessed throughout all ages, Almighty God. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
The next item is we are dedicating the memory care to Judith Brogren, who was a business partner of my mother.
Judy and I met when we were at Sullivan County Nursing Home together. She was the nursing director there and I was the administrator. And we became fast friends. And when I was approached about the possibility of purchasing a nursing home by the night watchman at Sullivan County, an unbelievable story, but I guess it's worth telling. I lived on the premises for at least a year, and during that time, and even after I moved to Claremont, I often would work into the evening. I would work some evenings because it was quiet and peaceful and nobody was bothering me. The telephone wasn't ringing away. And the night watchman would come by my office and he would say, "Oh, Mary, you work so hard. You ought to have your own place." And so the seeds he was putting in my brain eventually came to fruition because he sold real estate on the side with one of the big agents. I didn't know that at the time, but one night he said to me, "You know, there's a couple of nursing homes for sale." And I said, "Really? Okay." So he said, "You know, you ought to come see them, Mary." And he did that for about 6 times. And finally I said, "Okay, I'll come." So we went off to the one in Claremont, and I said, no. We came over here, and at the time the home was being shown to other realtors as well. And Judy came with me, and it really needed a great deal of work, and I was sort of taken aback by how much work it needed. And then Judy prompted me to come back. "You really need to go back, Mary, and look at that again." So we came back, and that's really when I looked at the land and the layout, how beautiful setting it was, and the possibilities for more than a nursing home. So, by golly, we two women decided we would put all our resources together and try to buy it. And a lot of people have asked, well, you've said that you had an advantage because you were middle-aged women. Well, indeed we did. When we went to get a mortgage for a Small Business Administration loan, the president of the bank in Claremont said, well, you've shown success in your career, both of you, and you're middle-aged. And we, at this point in time, really want to see more women become entrepreneurs. So we did. That was the only mortgage we didn't have trouble with. All the others that we've tried to get is because we don't have enough money, so we have to keep looking. So we were fortunate at the time to be able to achieve that. And Judy was a great asset because she was a wonderful nurse. She really had a kind spirit. She was a great teacher, a teacher for our nurses' aides, and she lent a lot to our community. She was especially wonderful caring for and teaching aides how to care for people with memory loss. So she died in January of 2013. She had to resign because of health problems about 2005, and she was a great friend of mine. We stayed friends even after she moved to North Carolina. So I think that she is a wonderful spirit to oversee the memory care unit. So we are dedicating that part of this building to her memory. The whole building is dedicated to my daughter Maria, Patricia and Cynthia's sister, and her son Drew is here. Maria was my oldest daughter. She graduated from the University of New Hampshire with a degree in social work. And at some point, not too long after that, she went to work for Bill Gilmore, whose family owned a Goodwin's of Exeter, a nursing home, about 100 beds. And she became the social worker there. And very shortly thereafter, Bill asked her if she would study to become an administrator. And she did. She was quite young, but she had a lot of spunk, she had a lot of spirit, and she was wonderful with people. So she became an administrator and stayed there for a number of years. And Bill Gilmore had a vision and was a very wonderful man. He is one of the first people in the New England area to develop assisted living. And it really was through Maria and Bill that I became interested in this concept. I began to read more about it in the literature, but really it was Maria's experience with working in assisted living, and eventually when she chose to go into their marketing team. But Bill Gilmore began to build the Langdon places, and he built 4 or 5 of them in the New Hampshire and Maine seacoast, which have been very successful. So I have her to thank for that. Maria had a marvelous personality and was very much interested in the movies and drama, and was very active in the Exeter Players over the Exeter region of New Hampshire. And we sorely miss her. She died of cancer in 2004, but she was a great inspiration. You know, after she became an administrator, I was still at Stratford County Nursing Home in Dover, New Hampshire as the administrator. And I was sitting at my desk one morning and the phone rang. And it was Maria on the other end of the phone. Oh, Mom, I had a deficiency-free survey. I said, oh, my Lord. Well, isn't that fantastic? She got more deficiency-free surveys than I did. But I was so proud of her. And, you know, she was still in her 20s when she became the administrator. And that's a lot of responsibility, let me tell you. So we have wonderful memories to live by. And may her spirit infuse this building, because she had a great love of senior citizens. There is a marvelous picture of her in the hospitality room with her grandmother, and that's just how she was with the elderly. So this building is dedicated to her memory. Next.
Excuse me. We just wanted to thank some of the people who have been critical to us building this building. First, we want to thank all of our residents. Our residents over the last 5 years have contributed a lot to this building. When we first started planning it, we had focus groups with our current residents and asked them what they would like to see, what they would like to see changed, what they wouldn't like to see changed. And they were really part of the design process. And for the last year, they have put up with a lot of construction and noise. It's been a lot of fun, but it's also been noisy. So we want to thank all of you for standing by us, especially during the last year. We also want to thank the resident families who have also been a part of this process. And honestly, over the last year, I think I have had almost no complaints from any families or any residents about the building process, the squeeze-on parking, everything else that they've had to put up with. So I really want to thank you for seeing our vision and standing by us. Next, we've had a few key staff people who have done a tremendous amount for this whole process in the last 5 years. All of our staff have had to shoulder more responsibilities while we have pursued this, and they have been incredible. So I want to just thank all of our staff in general, and my mother and I in particular want to thank Earl Knight. Who has done a spectacular job of essentially being our clerk of the works, and being someone who's been a go-between between us and the construction team, and helped to make sure the building was going up correctly. And we couldn't be more grateful to him for that. We also wanted to thank Sue Spadaro, who is the executive director of the village. She has spearheaded the village for many years. She's been with us, I think, in total over 10 years. And she has been a key person in helping us to plan it and also helping us to market the new building and keep our residents and families happy during this whole process. We also want to thank Kathy Connors and Sarah Mack, who have really helped us bring the nursing vision for this building together, and have really helped us in the last year as we've been launching the village, the expansion of the village. We also want to thank Steve King and everyone with Congress Construction. They They came to us at a time when we weren't sure if we were going to be able to build the building for a budget that we could afford. And Bill Nicholson in Congress stepped forward, took this project by the head, and worked with us to make it happen. And we really want to thank them for standing by us and having faith in us two women. I wanted to thank any of the subcontractors who were here. They're the people who built the building. I'm not sure if any of them are with us today, but if you are, we really want to thank you. They put up this building in 1 year and 1 week. Wow. About a year and a week ago, we started in a blizzard, and they started. So we want to thank them. I see Steve McKenzie. If you could just step forward and wave to everyone, Steve. He's our architect.
Oh, hi.
And as you walk through the building and you admire all the light that comes into this building, which is one of the most amazing features of it, all of the natural light that we have, and how the building blends into the original village and blends into this campus, that's Steve's vision. So we want to thank Steve for putting into a building what we wanted. We also wanted to thank our husbands. My husband is right there. My mother's husband is not here today, but this has, I think, tapped every resource we have, and including our husbands. So we want to thank them at a key point where we weren't sure if we were going to be able to financially go forward. They put their own money in. And so we really want to thank them for that. I also want to recognize Manascutney Hospital. Shelley Seward is here today from Manascutney Hospital, and they have been a key supporter of ours in providing medical care. Over a long history, we've had some rocky relationships with the hospital, but
not on my watch.
Over the last 5 years, the two of us have really come together, and it is far better for us to be working together than apart. And we really want to thank the hospital for being there for us right now. And I didn't know if you wanted to say a couple of words.
On behalf of the hospital, I would just like to congratulate Patricia and Mary Louise. This is an amazing project. It's a terrific asset to the community, to the elderly, and as another middle-aged woman, I'm telling you, I'm incredibly impressed with what you've been able to pull off. So we wish you nothing but success.
Thank you. I also wanted to recognize Tom Marsh, who is our town manager. And the town has, you can have a good relationship with your town, or you can have a bad relationship with your town. And it's always better to have a good one. And I think Tom, my mother and I feel Tom has done an excellent job managing Windsor, and that he has really helped us during this process. And we want to thank them for that. He has stepped forward at some difficult times in the construction process. So we want to thank the town of Windsor for being there for us. Do you want to say anything, Tom?
Sure, I'll go on for quite some time. As a middle-aged man, it's best to be on the good side of any middle-aged woman. Some of this is self-preservation. First of all, I'd like to thank you. There's been a lot of thank yous going out, but the commitment that you've shown to Windsor in this project is extraordinary. And on behalf of our community, thank you. And I think where this is particularly important is so much of what you said is based on friends and family building your business. And it's evident in the services you're already providing. Here as a community, we're seeing not only job growth, tax growth, sorry about that, but also service growth. Between the hospital and your facility here, for a community like Windsor to have access to that kind of service at the quality that both of your institutions provide is something that very few communities can say, particularly at our size. So thank you for being here, thank you for your investment, and thank you for your commitment to quality in what you do. Best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
The last person we wanted to recognize was Donna Sweeney, who is our state legislator. And we wanted to thank her because she has been a friend of our community for many, many years, and of my mother's. And the support that she's shown us at critical times is something that we're very grateful for. And she's another middle-aged woman.
Oh, don't I wish. That's been a long time. Thank you for that. But Patricia and Mary Louise, I want to thank you for all of Windsor, and I want to thank you for all our families and all our friends that you've taken care of all these years and are going to take care of in the future. You've done a wonderful job here. It's beautiful. We came through the memory unit coming up. Mm-hmm. It's spectacular. And thank you again. For two dynamic women, you've done a lot, and you're great. So thanks.
So that's the end of our remarks. Please enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Our cooks have put a spectacular array of appetizers and other things in our activity room right here, including make your own sliders and things like that. So please enjoy the food. Enjoy the bar. We have a new pub that we've put in. We have music today from the string-alongs, and one of the reasons we wanted the string-alongs is that their keyboard player is 93 years old next week. So life doesn't end at 90. I thought we should sing Happy Birthday to close out our time together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dawn. Happy birthday to you. If you'd like tours, they'll be starting right from the staff room in the back where you see those windows. And have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you for coming. Yes, what an incredible. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for coming. Good job, Ellie. Proud of you. Oh, wow. You want to go to the table? Yeah, no more. I'm going to go in there here. You want to go? Back there. You were way down there, but I can hear. Hey! It's amazing, isn't it?